Hi investors, in this video I want to show you how I sometimes use intraday charts to be more accurate in my buy points and sell points. My name's Joe. I'm a full-time professional trader with 28 years of experience, but this is not investing advice. I'm just sharing with you a technique that I use. So first of all, I'm not a day trader. I very rarely buy and then sell something on the same day unless I get stopped out, which often happens, actually not often, but sometimes happens. I'll get stopped out a few hours or even a few minutes after I execute a trade, or if by chance I get lucky with a spectacular one-day move, I will take off half or all the position. For example, I played this, here's CLMT. I played this, I bought this trade out of this slingshot pattern right here on August 21st, and it went up 16%, and I took off half the trade that same day. But usually I do, I hold for a few days or a few weeks. Now let's get to when I use intraday charts. First of all, a lot of times I don't use them at all. I've been watching, for example, here's Meta, M-E-T-A, nice prayer uptrend, nice volatility contraction. I've been patiently watching this one, and boy, it sure looks like the institutions pop this up above the base here. I suspect this breakout is going to hold up. So I just bought the breakout, and we'll see how it goes. With a, looks like I got about a 6% stop on here. So there are occasions when I see a nice breakout out of a nice well-developed chart that I don't use the intraday charts. However, sometimes they can be really helpful. Let me show you 3 examples. One of them is maybe you're trying to get into some speculative rocket ship like TIL here. This is a highly speculative biotechnical company which has gone up 500% in the past few days, making some sort of flag here. It is really, these swings are so big on an intraday basis, 16%. How big is this one? 14%, etc. Really hard to figure out where an entry point might be. But if we zoom in, so I'm showing you the year-long charts here, are on stockcharts.com here. It's called the daily charts. If we zoom into a 2-hour chart, here's this flagpole of this power play, and here's the flag. We can see it a little more in a little more detail, and let's zoom in even more to the 60-minute chart. So now we can start to imagine a buy point, right? A really aggressive buy point would be if we get over, see there's a little bit of supply here at 67.5. Maybe we'll even zoom into the 30-minute chart here on this one. So definitely a little bit of supply here at 67.5. So really aggressive buy point would be 67.52, right? Or what would be preferable is if we see some volatility contraction. Here's a large, here's a medium. Maybe it gives us a smaller, and then breaks out above 72.5. So then what I'm going to do here, I don't want to get too aggressive on this crazy thing. So I'm going to set an alert. Hold on a second. Well, I'm not going to show you how, but I will set an alert at 72.5. Let's do another one. Here is ASTS. This is another rocket ship here. This is, they're trying to make satellite cell phone service so that we don't have dead zones throughout the world. Nice blast off here, and trying to fish hook off of the 50-day. I actually bought it right here, and I'm looking to add definitely some consolidation here, but certainly a little bit difficult to decide where to add. So if we zoom in, here's the 120. And so now you can see, here's that demand hammer. Now you can see that there's definitely some selling happening at 31. So, and it's squatting today right at about 31. So I would be comfortable. Let's just zoom in one more 60-minute chart. I would be comfortable adding to this on a push above 31 and then 5% stop. I just have to do an arbitrary 5% stop on this one. Ideally, we would like to be beneath this line of support, but that's way down at 12%. I don't want to give a 12% stop on something so speculative unless I have a teeny tiny position. But I'd rather do a larger position with a tight stop. I'll certainly get stopped out more, but when I catch it, then you can make some real money. Let's do 2 more. Here's TEM. This is some sort of AI software. It's definitely in an uptrend, right? Trying to fish hook off of the bottom here again. Boy, you could have made a case for buying it September 13th. Got a little consolidation here. Let's just zoom into the 120. Here's that consolidation. Maybe we'll zoom in to the 60-minute. So here's that pullback. And again, it looks like we're getting some volatility contraction, right? Which is a Mark Minervini, what? I don't know if it's a theory, but technique. So we got a large, medium, here's a small. Maybe we can get a smaller and a smaller. So I would be comfortable, based on looking at this one, maybe we could put on, I'd probably wait for, see this wick here? I'd probably wait for a move above 55 or a close above 54. So I probably set an alert at 54 and 55. Let's look at one more. Here's Netflix trying to break out today. We got kind of a V-shaped cup handle that broke down, support off the 50-day. Now it's pushing to new highs, squatting here, and we've got some wicks. It's a little bit tricky to decide where do we want to get into this thing if we do. If we zoom in here, so now we see, we're going to zoom in on this area right here. Let's zoom into the 120. In fact, let's go a little bit more microscopic. Here's a 60-minute chart. So here's that breakout today, and it's pulling back, and now it's actually getting support. Here is, on the 60-minute chart, we've got a cup, pull back to the 50-day, breakout, pull back, sitting right on support. So if we see a nice bounce off of support here, up back above this, these trap buyers and these trapped buyers, and most of these trap buyers, then I would be comfortable getting into this position. So I would be comfortable getting into this later today if it recrosses, if it goes above 710. All right, and we're sitting at 706 right now. So that's, in a nutshell, some of the ways that I use intraday charts. 120 and the 60-minute, I usually don't go narrower than that. I mean, you can even go all the way to the 1-minute chart, and successful day traders do use these. The 1-minute chart's going to be really gappy if you have a low float stock. 2 million shares trading hands here, this is going to look pretty readable. But if it's a thinner, lower float stock, you're not going to be able to use the 1-minute. So I would say 3-minute is probably the one you're going to want to use for those lower float stocks. But like I said, I'm not a day trader. I don't usually use those. I usually just use the 120 or the 60 when I want to, just to get a little more granularity. Then there are times when we don't need granularity at all. Here's Spotify, big breakout today. I would have bought this breakout here very comfortably without zooming in. Now, if you are interested in learning more of my techniques, I have a Patreon service. I show my portfolio and focus list every weekend, and I do blog posts throughout the week discussing market conditions and doing some instructive stuff like this as well. And I also encourage you, if you get a chance, to check out my partner Seeking Alpha premium link in the description. This is an amazing database of fundamental articles, news, analytics, so to speak. We could zoom in here. We could pull up Spotify here and read some articles on buy side and sell side articles. Read the latest news. So check out the links to Seeking Alpha Premium and my Patreon if you are interested. And let me know if you guys use the intraday charts or if you just stick to the daily. And hey, I use I certainly use the 5 and the 10 year too when making investment decisions. But that is for a different video. Good luck in the market.